Joining us to talk more about today's news is David Eckstein, CFO of Vanta. So before we dive into your latest raise, how are you helping more than 12,000 customers?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here today, Ashley. Today is an exciting day. It's a milestone day for Vanta. We're thrilled to announce that we raised $150 million in our Series D fundraise that values the company at $4.15 billion. And I think answering your question, Christina's blog post called this out earlier today, that it's an exciting validation on what we're building. Today, we have a rare opportunity to reflect on the company and our mission, which is to help businesses earn and prove trust. We started this business in 2018 to help startups get compliant quickly. And as we've moved up market and scaled to industries in the Fortune 500 and Fortune 50, so that they can get access to best-in-class security. Today, more than 12,000 organizations rely on Vanta, including Snowflake, Writer, Ramp, Atlassian, Duolingo, and Salvation Army.
So what does this funding round mean to you and mean to Vanta?
Yeah, as the CFO of the company, I'm always thinking about capital allocation. How can we put our resources, like we've done in the past, to its highest and best use, and also recognize the potential of uncharted territory? And we've identified 4 key areas of future investment. We're going to accelerate our AI innovation. Just last month, we announced our Vanta AI agent. There's a lot more on the horizon there. 2, we're going to expand our platform and our products. So we're going to be coming out and investing in government compliance and third-party risk monitoring, where we're seeing a ton of demand. 3rd, we have a number of international operations, and we're going to deepen our international investment in locations like London, where we opened up an office earlier this year, as well as Sydney, where we have an Australia data center. And finally, near and dear to my heart, we're going to use M&A as a strategic lever so that we can expand our total addressable market and bring Vanta to more customers and industries.
Almost every leader that I speak with is investing in AI, and you just mentioned that you'll be investing in that area. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, I actually think we announced an acquisition last week of Risky that I think perfectly addresses the question you just asked. What we're seeing is that the traditional model for vendor risk reviews doesn't quite keep up with the pace and scale of today's evolving threat landscape. And so what we're doing is we are replacing these stale, antiquated, once-in-time assessments for continuous AI risk intelligence. And the good news is we've already integrated Risky into Vanta's VRM offering, which is a major unlock, because now our customers will have access to continuous vendor risk monitoring, which will allow them to proactively identify threats and take action. We see huge upside in this area, and we're excited to expand further into third-party risk management.
You still have capital from previous funding rounds. What are you planning on doing with those assets?
Yeah, I called out those 4 key areas before, but what I really believe is that our lead investor, Wellington Management, that's leading our Series D round, recognized that we have significant competitive moats. We are the market leader. We put a lot of distance between ourselves and the rest of the competition. And so we're going to do the things that has worked in the past. We're going to expand our product offering. We're going to continue to move up market. We're going to expand internationally because we're seeing great rewards there.
And regarding Risky, what potentials, if you can go into that a little bit more, do you see on that front?
Yeah, so as you think about the evolving trust management platform, what started with just automated compliance, we've added additional modules so that we can scale with our users, so that as we move more up market, they can turn to Vanta to get full visibility into the risks and controls that's inside of their environment.
Okay, and why should institutional investors have their eye on Vanta?
Yeah, so we're incredibly lucky because we had overwhelming demand from some of the most sophisticated software investors. And we're really fortunate to announce that Wellington Management led our Series D round. On top of that, we also welcome back strategic investors like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, who see tremendous upside. And then finally, Sequoia Capital made their 4th investment in our business. And I think it goes back to the customer value that we're able to drive. And so if you look at Snowflake, where we're saving the security team's time and speeding up manual customer due diligence via the Snowflake Compliance Center, or you look at Ramp, who have completely eliminated spreadsheets in favor of continuously monitored frameworks, or finally Writer, who they are doing their vendor reviews and access audits in less than 20 minutes compared to hours via Vanta AI. I believe all these investors are congregating around us due to customer outcomes.
What's next?
You know, the business is firing on all cylinders, and we're incredibly grateful for the trust that our customers have placed in us. From seed stage to Fortune 50 companies, Vanta is the AI trust management platform for every company of every size. And I think we're at a really interesting point in the industry where we're just starting to see the impact that AI is having on how businesses earn, prove, and manage their trust. And as we gave a pre-announce to our 1,000 Vantans yesterday, the energy was palpable. And what it tells me is that we're still in day one. And I'm really looking forward to the journey ahead as we build Vanta into a generational product and company.
David Eckstein, CFO of Vanta, congratulations, and thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.